Hello, everyone. So welcome to the 2015 Self-Advocacy Symposium. Is Eric Mathis here? So Betty, I'd like to call you up to give our welcome and introductions. Yeah, just welcome.
Hello, everybody. How are you? Hey, we've got a large room of self-advocates. It's so great to see everybody here. And we're going to have a good time today. And I just want to welcome everybody to Indiana. And my shirt said, "Go to Indy." So I want you to have a great time while you're here in Indy, okay? We got a lot of great things to do. So have a great time.
So for our opening exercise, we want to share a PowerPoint Anthony Nash made highlighting the triumphs from Disability Rights Washington. And while we're showing that, we'd like to go around the room and have people share highlights in self-advocacy from this year. So does anyone have a success they'd like to share?
I'm Ray Higginbottom, and I
So how many self-advocates in the room here today use technology? How many go online? How many have a smartphone? How many think that it's really easy to find apps or devices that work for you? Really easy. Not so much. And that's what we noticed at the ARC, and we decided to do something about it. So what we've done is we've created a website here called the Tech Toolbox. I'm just going to try to change it.
So I heard about the tech toolbox.
And it's a place where you can go to search for technology. It could be an app, it could be a device, it could even be a website that works well for self-advocates. And here I'm going to give you an example. Say you want to find a tool. Just click Find Tools. And here you can see we have about 492 apps or devices in the site today. But the unique thing is that you can search for apps or devices according to the features or user needs or goals that we found are most important to self-advocates. So right now we're showing all products that are useful for any goal, that match any user need, have any features, are good for any age and at any price. But say you want to just find apps, then you could choose software, and then this updates to show you just software. And maybe you want to find software for a specific goal. So we've got goals like operating a computer, independent living, health, job-related goals, communication goals, interpersonal relationship goals, entertainment or education. And these categories are probably going to change as we roll this out over the next few months, but this is where we're starting. So say you're looking for help to perhaps express your thoughts in person, or understand others, or understand written information. If you pick one, then the results update to show you just applications that are useful for that goal. Here's one called Hire Me. Let's take a look at this. Well, actually, first, I'll give you a glance at other things you can do. You can choose to show devices or apps that are used by your voice commands, by your mouth, by your feet, by your eyes, that match for users who understand symbols or pictures, simple language text or spoken text, or if the user views information with magnification, large print, or so on. And you can pick particular features, like maybe you want something that works on a touch screen, or maybe something that's easy to grip and hold, maybe something that mounts on a table or a wheelchair, and so on. Let's take a look at this app called Hire Me. And everybody can add apps or devices to the site. It's open to anybody on the web, can add anything that they find useful. This is an app that will assist users by asking over 300 interview questions, and has video demonstrations on how to do things like tie a tie. You can record your answer to questions, and you can search for jobs, and allows you to role play like you're actually going through a job interview. It describes the features over here, and then you can see a review that a couple reviews, actually 3, that users have added about this. So if you want to figure out if this is really useful for you, you can check these out. And you can also add your own review on any app or device. You can say which goals it was useful for, your experience with it, your strengths and your weaknesses. And anybody can add a tool by clicking Add a Tool. You have to log in to do that, so I'll skip that. But basically, this is the website. So we're just launching it now. We've got about almost 500 apps or devices in it, as I said. And welcome any questions or thoughts you have on it. Yeah. Thanks. That's a great question. So the URL is toolbox.thearc.org, and we'll make sure we get it out to this group after this. Okay, with that, I'm going to pass this to the next person.
Our next person is Amy Goodman.
Okay. Anyways, I'm Amy Goodman. I'm the director of Autism Now, and I'm going to talk about different types of technology that I use in my work. If she's going to find me my PowerPoint. So I'm just not used to anybody else's computer. Don't say. Hopefully we'll find it soon. But I'm trying to remember what was on it. But anyways, it was a really cool presentation that Don and I put together to show different technologies that I don't know where he said. Oh, he took it with him? Or do you have it on yours? Okay. Is it on there? Maybe she has it on there. Let's see if they can find it on the little thumb drive. Maybe.
So one of the big themes here is like how technology creates connections, but as we're seeing, there's like a learning curve. Like otherwise technology is
Way. So we'll see. Sorry for a little. See who can find it first. No, just kidding. Put him on the spot. See if Dawn found it for me, but it may not be on the screen, but I'll tell you what it says. We can put it on the screen. You found it? There we go. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to talk about social media and ways to get connected. Just hit the down button, okay. I know. But we have some learning objectives. How to explain how social media can be used to connect with others who are interested in the same issues you are. And it can demonstrate several tools and how to use them to meet your goals. Who am I? Well, my name's Amy Goodman, and I kind of already went through that, but that's kind of my information. So, why we use social media? To connect to the outside world and engage with others who are interested in the same things you are. Bring our experiences to the greater public. We have types of social media, and there's lots of them, but I'm only going to talk about 4 of them. Hopefully this will work. And those are the 4. We're going to talk about WebEx, Twitter, Video, and my favorite, YouTube. Well, this one's Video, and this is a web-based discussion forum where you can hold meetings and manage calendars. And what you can do, you can post messages and get other emails when others have posted messages for you, or have discussions with multiple participants. And you can use it with whomever you invite. This is a free thing, and they can be found at www.wigio.com. But it's best for sharing information, sharing stories, and advocating on specific issues. This one, I was going to show you how it works, but since we're running out of time, I probably won't. But do we? Okay. If I can figure out how to get on my actual page. Nope, it went back. I don't know. I was going to hit the. I don't have a mouse, do I? There we go. Maybe I could do it if I can figure out. Hit the return. Nope, that didn't work. Maybe you might have to help me. See, I was going to get on there and do. Let me go back where I was. Go back. Go up. Go back. Okay, we're going to show you how to Video there. I put it on there and then, oh, that's what I didn't know, how to get it to work. Did that get it to work? There it goes. And see, this is a page about what it kind of looks like, where you can kind of go through it and start your group, or you could click on check out your meetings or check out your to-do list, or some of the different things that are on there that you can do. But let me see what happens if you start a group. See if it works. It may not, but anyways. So what I'm going to do is get out of this. Or you can schedule a virtual meeting, but we're not going to do that. Try and figure out how you get out of this. Do you know how to get out of this? So you can get to... Yes. I can't really. I can do it on my computer, but doing it on somebody else's is confusing. As you can tell, I'm not a good tech person. Yeah, I want to get out right now and go on to the next slide. Now you get it big. I can't figure it. That goes back. How do you make it smaller? Just get somebody to make it, take it off so I can get on the next screen. That's what I thought. How to close it, but it doesn't look like it has the little red X. So it's not as easy as you think. Ah, I made it bigger. That's what she. So we can, so the red one. And then we can go back to, hopefully go back to where we were in our thing. There we go. Go to Twitter. Oops, I tried to go, now it won't work. Now it's stuck. Can't change it. No, I want to go over there so we can talk about Twitter. And I don't know. I don't do these things real well. I'm not a tech person. There we go. These things, not it. But another thing is Twitter, that is another social networking where you can write small things on a what you call a tweet with 140 characters or less. And that's good for advocating on specific issues, educating people, sharing stories, and making change, and change others to think or in a more positive attitude towards disability. And that's where you can find it at twitter.com. And I'm not going to try and do it because it'll probably get lost again. I'll just go on to a different one called WebEx, which is what we use, which is an online meeting platform where you could hold online meetings and share your video conference, and you get a 30-day free trial for $19 a month. But that's over here, I'll show you a picture of it. You can do a general meeting, and you could use your camera and come onto your meeting where people can see you, and you can show different things like your desktop and what you're working on with people. And this is one of my favorites, YouTube. It's a video sharing platform where you can post videos and watch and share the videos you like. And there's like over 1 billion users on this. Well, and I guess this one is free. I was going to show you an actual video, if I can do it. Yeah. No, that one went back. If I can find it, show an actual video. Nope, didn't want to work. It didn't want to work. I got back to the beginning. This is getting confusing. It's not. Just go down to this side if you can. This is not working the way you want. Put on YouTube. See if we can find YouTube. That is an actual video of me on a camera, if it works. One of the videos I actually made for my YouTube page on Autism Now. It may or may not work the way we thought it would, but it did when I had it on my computer, but there it goes.
Hello, my name's Amy Goodman. I'm the director of Autism Now here at the ARC of the U.S. This is the 43rd video in our Autism Now Answer series. The topic for today is traveling by airplane with an individual with an ASD or other intellectual or developmental disability. Do you enjoy traveling or flying, but find it difficult because of a member of your family? Have no fear. The answer is here. Traveling and flying with an individual with ASD or other IDD does not have to stop you anymore. I will be giving out tips and advice on what to do and how to do it. So let the traveling begin, and let's have some fun. Tips and strategies. The key to a successful trip or vacation is preparation. Plan at least a year in advance. Plan trips or vacations that your child wants to see or do. Allow your child to be a part of the planning from the beginning to the end. Ask them what they want to do or see. Always visit guest services first to find out what services the place, hotel, museum, amusement park has to offer individuals with disabilities. Call ahead and ask questions and make plans accordingly. Bring your own food, especially if your child has restrictions, health issues, or is on a diet. Research and find out if the airline or airport has services for individuals with disabilities. Make sure to check out Wings for Autism at www.wingsforautism.org. If possible, go to a Wings for Autism event near you and participate in a rehearsal program at the airport. Rehearse, practice, and research thoroughly. Review all materials with your children. Create and write social stories. Talk about the trip every day, the who, what, when, where, and how. Make a calendar of events and cross off each day till the trip. Bring Game Boys, Nintendo, tablets, laptops loaded with games and movies to keep your children occupied. Always bring headphones, earphones, earbuds, or noise-canceling headphones. Call TSA Cares and see if you qualify for a pre-check, or if there is an individual to help you and your family when you get to the airport. Some airports and airlines have personal assistants to help you when you fly. Make sure you know the rules and regulations on what you have to do, especially for medications and medical equipment or devices for screening purposes. Know your rights. This isn't a complete list, but it should get you started in the right direction. For more information, check out these resources. http://autisticglobetrotting.com, http://www.friendshipcircle.org, www.minitime.com, http://www.
Give you an idea of what I do. I make videos, and I put them on YouTube, and I also do webinars, and sometimes we'll do other stuff and put it on our website for people to find. So that's the type of technology that I use in my work. And I think there's, okay, what's the next slide? Last slide. Is it, how do I use social media? Anyways, connecting with friends. What is it? I can't even see over there with all my glasses. Yeah, I might come up front. Connecting with peers, connecting with friends, sharing ideas, sharing information, inviting people to events, inviting people or educating people, and that's one of the most important ones, and holding meetings, and there's so much more you can do with technology if you just learn how to use it correctly. Anyways, that's all I have. So, if there's any questions, yeah, I'll be walking around and you can ask me. Thank you.
Great. So can we have another round of applause for all four of our panelists? What we have next is our breakout session. So at each of your tables, we're going to take 20 minutes to answer the question, what is one issue you're going to work on this year, and how will technology, and that could be any of the things that were talked about today, self-advocacy online, the tech toolbox, YouTube, Wigio, social media, WebEx, or any other technology you use or maybe want to use or learn how to use, and how will that tool help you with self-advocacy. So we're going to spend 20 minutes thinking about that and writing and chatting about that, and then we're going to come back together and share.
That's why I figured how to get the camera back on. Oh, yeah.
If you're not sitting at a table, you can become a group, like the group that's back there where Dawn is pointing, or the group in the middle, or the group over there.
are you?
This is what I had mentioned about. When I mentioned about the training that we did in. You got the pathways to justice. We did a training to law enforcement. Yeah. I'm glad you made it safe. I said, where's the end? Where's the That's just cool. Criminal justice. Hey, there's MJ. MJ. We got a good crowd in here.
Yeah, I could really use CP's help.
CT.
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah. I wonder if he's out there somewhere. That's what I want. You should have asked him when he was in here.
Here, let's take this one.
This is one that this is controlling, but that's getting connected.
Well, got it now.
I'm not real clear with all this technology. I'm so different.
We should have rehearsed. Like that would have, I think, like helped with the issues like Amy was having.
Oh, on technology.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that messing that up? Huh?
So are you trying to broadcast this right now? I see. We can find it.
Okay, this is a 5-minute warning, so everyone, you have about 5 more minutes to wrap up your thoughts. Then Scott will be going around the room to lead the report back. Scott's right there.
I used to, but now it's the responsibility to see.
We're not talking. Do you want me to help you get it started? Okay, everyone, just take one moment to finish up your thought. Then I'll be handing off the microphone to Scott, who will be coming around to hear the ideas you all came up with. start.
My name's Laura McGowan, and I'm a self-advocate for the Action Club. And we figured out that technology is good for gaming. It's good for entertainment. It's a technology tool. You can chat with it and connect with family and friends all around the world. You can build social capitals and national support with technology. You can connect with people with disabilities and without. You can look up events like birthday parties, funerals, just odds and ends like that. You can work and look for jobs with technology. You can look up a vacation or plan a vacation. You can scroll pictures and see pictures all around the world of different things like food and events, stuff like that. And you can use the internet for almost everything that I've said so far. And you have to make sure that you have cyber safety, because it's a good important tool that if you don't have cyber safety, you can have internet fraud. People can steal your identity with the back of a hand just by credit cards, your ID, and social. And you can also
can like some of us here at Facebook, we also have Twitter, and how social media can work in many ways. Like there's a lot of people out there will steal your identity off the internet, and also like there's a lot of things are bad things. You should not go on the internet. You should stay off of them and make sure that you are on the right path of that you are on the internet.
So hands who wants to talk next?
Heads up, if you want a virus on your Facebook, you might as well just block it, because you can have a virus anytime anyway. And I'm sure you don't want that, but well.
Just wondering, I'm familiar with all of them except that the Wigio. So where do I get more information about that? So that sounds like a really interesting one. So okay, that's it. So.
Anything else?
Yeah, so I can answer that question.
Yeah.
Can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so on your tables there should be a sign-up sheet. If you put down your name and email, that will connect you to the National Council of Self-Advocates of the United States, and we'll share information about Wigio through there.
Okay, that's good. Someone else who'd like to talk?
have a hard time reading emails, so what I was thinking of is coming up with a way to make a digital voicemail email. So like we got digital to where we can like voice talk on Facebook and stuff like that. Well, we need to come up with a solution to try to come up with better ways to do emails for people that can't read.
Anyone else? So for my self-advocacy group, we are currently in the learning phase of what technologies or what abilities that we can help our self-advocates. So in order for that to happen, we are I like the idea of the tech toolbox by the ARC that's putting together, and using those apps and other abilities and share it with other people, and hopefully it's a bit that condenses the searching and ability for us to not have to go through like the App Store or other places like that without digging years and years just for one single app, which is somewhat tiring for other self-advocates. And I hear this on a daily basis that I want to help somebody, but when we can't quite help somebody because the questions are not answered or it's just so unclean, it's just like we have more issues than resolving issues. So there that will be a simple way to one size fits all process to keep us going in learning how to get more information out to our group and other groups.
And here's something that not everybody covered. You can use technology for educating individuals, but you can use technology to get more people in the rural areas involved in using tech, because a lot of rural areas people just don't know, so you need to educate people so they can use it.
One thing that West Virginia did, one of our people first groups was about 50 miles away from the other one. They Skyped in and had a meeting together by using Skype.
Anyone else would like to talk? Show of hands.
Thank you. I'm Carol Reed Hall from the big state of Delaware, and one of the biggest problems we have is that people can't afford Wi-Fi. So what I've come up with for this from this session is that there's one person in our self-advocacy group who can afford Wi-Fi, and she's retired, so she can be on the internet, and she likes to look things up. So I'm going to turn her on to these websites that we got today, so that and then ask her to just every month when we meet give a little report on what she found interesting or what she liked.
Anyone else would like to talk? Raise some hands.
Joey Damiano, State of New York. We actually came up with two ideas. I work with the collaborative of the Finger Lakes, like I said before, and what I'm thinking about doing is putting a paper around, and people could put their emails here, and I could try to connect with them. And also, I made a contact with the people here in Indiana that I'm going to do a video call with their president and set up a Facebook group for everybody from every state so we could connect better.
Hi, I'm Cindy Wolf from Bloomington, Indiana, and I am here with our group from Self-Advocates. I'm an ally. And I just have a comment based on something that a former speaker said. In the state of Indiana, we have internet programs for school-age children in a certain income bracket. And I think we need to look to our state legislators, not just in Indiana, but in all states, to see if individuals with disabilities can have some sort of inclusion in a program like that. So for a flat $10 a month, they can have access to the same technologies as individuals with higher incomes that are living without disabilities. Thank you.
Someone else? Come on, you guys need to talk.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ned Russell, and I've been using some apps that helps me be more independent. How many of you guys have an iPhone? Okay, there's some free apps that you can download on your phone that can help you be more independent. I used one called Uber, and basically it's like a taxi service that they'll come by and pick you up by your house and take you somewhere else. The first ride is free, but you can just set up an account on Uber, and it's based out in California, but you see a little Uber sign in the dash cam, and I will tell you who your driver is. Another one is called Instacart. If you have trouble getting to the grocery store, it's a delivery service through March, and it's also on your phone. And basically, you can put an order in, and it has to be under a certain amount of money, but they can deliver your groceries to you if you cannot get to the grocery store. And it's all on my phone.
I have to share my own self-advocate experience myself. The first time I've done it, I had tried Access Wire for the first time. And as a self-advocate, I have made 5 deliveries to the Arc of Dynasties office without my parents taking me to it. So this was my first time, and I'm still doing it. Anybody else would like to talk? Come on, speak up. This is self-advocacy. Anybody want to talk? Show of hands. Okay. Don't be shy. Speak up. We are people first. Are we? What do we want it? Now! Hey, here's what I want.
What I should say? Helping people with disability in the state of Maryland. We help the whole lot. we do responder training like police, fire department. I got a video online. I put my video online, Facebook. I'm the chief, like Obama.
So we have time for one more comment before we move on to the next section.
I'm Nathaniel Bartel, and I sponsor Passages where I live. That works with me big time. We're actually with Passages, Indiana Arcs with Passages, so I sponsor my people who work with me big time of, you know, a lot of disabilities. So I work with them, and they work with me too. Thank you.
Awesome. So for our next exercise, we're returning to the path we made in 2013 and then updated in 2014. So is anyone here familiar with what a path is? Yeah, so do you want to go ahead and share with us? Okay, then that's fine. So let's see, someone we haven't heard before. So Delane, we've heard a lot from you, and you've had a lot of great comments, but
A path is somewhere where you have been if you had a difficult time and you want to go on another path where you have less stress. Like me, for instance, I have a lot of stress. My mom currently died May 13th, 2014. She was very sick. That added a lot of stress on me and my sisters. Plus my baby, I got her taken away for disability. And my mom, well, yeah, disability, my doctor told me not to stay up with her. I'm a great mom. I would do anything for my baby, anything. I have not abused her, neglected her in any way. If possible, if anybody hurt my baby, you'll get punched or death. Just saying. But yeah, I'm a great mom, and I would do anything for my daughter.
thank you so much for sharing that. So would you like to speak a little bit more about how you use a path?
There's two types of paths in life, the right one and the wrong one. And most people are led astray by going down the wrong path. However, it's your life. You can choose to lead which path you want to go down. You can choose the wrong one, but you should use the right one and become a greater achievement in your life.
Great, thank you both. So we made this path as a way of charting out where we see the National Council of Self-Advocates and where we want to go. So does anyone here like to draw, and would anyone in this person like to be the graphic facilitator? Okay, so we have a lot of volunteers. So, okay, so it looks like we have the three of you here. Would anyone else? Okay, so would all the people who like to draw come up with me down here, and then we'll start sort of sharing ideas on the path for where we see ourselves now and where we would like the National Council of Advocates to go this year. What are our goals, and what do we see as a vision for how to get there? Okay. Sorry, we don't have red. We've read. So, okay, so I'm going to start by explaining the sections. So this represents where we are now and sort of some current challenges. This, what we did in 2014, is what we see as the goals, and that was addressing the marriage penalty, growing NCSA, working with parents, making more self-advocates on the board, and doing some lobbying and work around communication with doctors and the National Center of Criminal Justice and Disability. And here's where we wrote out the goals for NCSA last year, which lists what we just said. And as you can see, technology is on there, which is part of the reason why we chose it as the theme for this year. Okay. So what we're doing is, when you look at these goals right here, which I'll read again, what do we see as a goal for the National Councils of Advocates we'd like to work on this year? And how do we see working through where we are now to where we want to go, the end goal? Yeah, so let's shout out some of the things that we would like to work on this year. Employment. So under now, can anyone think of a way you'd like to maybe draw employment? Yeah, money. Yeah, draw a dollar bill. Yeah. Okay. A dollar bill is good. So we've heard employment, independent living, closing institutions. Okay. It's on there. Does anyone have good handwriting who wants to write out closing institutions? So okay. So do you want to write that up there? CLOSING institutions. Yeah.
Yeah, criminal justice. That should be on there.
I think that's. Do I? That's fine. Yeah.
Kevin, you have your hand up? As they're writing that down, we can go ahead and you can keep telling us what they are.
So what we're doing is here. So how about we pass the microphone
around some people?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Mark, can you tell if you're the microphone and I'll keep
Okay, so what our role here is, we're drawing the ideas that people say for what the goals are for the National Council of Self-Advocates. I don't know. I think this is.
All right. Yeah, Kevin, here you go. Yeah, there you go. So you can shout it out.
What is the marriage penalty if you're on SSI and get married, like everyone has the right to? You lose half of your income, and it's not fair for the government to penalize you for being married.
That's a great point, Kevin. We have the marriage penalty out here from last year.
Anyone else? Anyone else? Speak forever, hold your peace.
We have here.
Okay, we have someone. Barb, is there someone with the microphone?
Yeah, right here.
Okay, go ahead.
We have to teach the police. We have to teach the police how to help us.
Hold on a minute. We're gonna. Can you?
Here.
Hey, Barb,
Here.
can you find out exactly what she said? 'Cause I'm not sure. Okay.
Right, but that's why there were a couple of the states that were had the pilot program on pathways to justice. So here, you want to say something? Yeah.
I'm actually working with Carly Macer on trying to pass a bill to get more training for law enforcement on how they react to people with disabilities. And it's a long process, but it's going to be, it's a mandatory training for police officers because a lot of law enforcement and police officers don't know how to act upon arrival and upon interacting with people with disabilities and in general. And we're gonna start here in Indiana and then move across the state.
Yeah. So the one thing that we're doing in Colorado or back in my local county is we've asked our local bus service to standardize ADA compliance to all our bus stops, and I think that should be important that they should the whole even with just those that don't have transportation that have compliant transportation and standards too.
I want to mention one thing that next month is general election. How many of you are registered voters? Well, we have to work on that too because we have a lot of people with intellectual developmental disabilities that are not registered, and we got to get them to register to vote because they have the rights to vote whoever they want. So they have the right like everyone else.
So we've heard a lot of really great ideas. Now we want to take some time to maybe focus it on what do we want the National Council of Advocates of the Arts to concentrate on this year. So to read out the ideas, we talked about marriage penalties. Kevin mentioned that, and Jeff right now is engaged, and so a couple other people in this room. We talked about closing institutions, transportation, voting, and training when working with police. Going to school. Going to school. Okay.
My name's Cassandra Ehrman. We want better teachers' education for public schools and restraint.
So do any of these ideas, do you feel like any of them are the most important or that you'd like to focus on this year? Education. So education. Independent living. Voting, closing institutions,
transportation, criminal justice.
I wouldn't say marriage penalty number one, but it should be up there.
Here, Kevin, so they can hear you. Shout it out.
Because if we don't get the marriage penalty changed a little bit in our favor, it's awful hard for a couple to live on half of a check.
We're also gonna, when the police are up on the
Who haven't had the chance to speak yet? Because we want to give everyone in this room to speak. Come on, don't be shy. I'm not going to bite.
Hi, Joe Damiano here. I just want to touch a little bit more upon employment, specifically what we should focus on for employment. I would say we should focus on maybe getting a bill or something passed, because I know in New York State, I don't know if it's every state, but some employers, even though they say they don't say discriminate against disability. That's not true in all cases. I've been in places in my local town where they actually discriminated against disability. So if we could get a law, specifically a law passed that says you definitely can't discriminate or you will be charged a fine or something, that might make it so the bosses will actually not discriminate anybody against disabilities.
My name's Laura McGowan, and I personally would like to see a better criminal justice system.
I guess you're going to have to travel to more states. Yeah. Who want? Oh.
I have one. I put in a lot of job applications and I don't have a GED. A lot of jobs ask you for GEDs and it's really hard. McDonald's does, Walmart does, and I just think that's really hard because if you don't have a GED, they require that, and that's really hard when you have a school graduation like me. So I'm pushing that too.
Good, keep pushing on it. Remember, October is National Disability Employment Awareness Month, so keep that in mind. Keep pushing it. Don't let it. Don't give up. Who else? Hey, my buddy John from Ohio. How you doing, John?
I am doing great. I think what we should work on is micro business instead of having people work for themselves and be able to do products for themselves, and that way they would be like their own boss. And then I think what we should work on is getting this lady elected to the national office, Barb here. That we have a person with a disability of the ARC of the United States has a leader that has it. So how many would vote for Barb to be president? Want me to get them to cheering for you, Barb? Okay. And then, before I let it go, I got to say, go Bucks!
Hi, my name is Samantha, and I think this world would be a greater place if people would stop being racist, for one. And I would like to say, go Dallas Cowboys.
Oh boy. One more. We have one more, and then I have to wrap this part up, as Elise was saying.
I was thinking that if like the management teams that work at the places, if they could get educated on disability rights and everything, maybe they would do better with dealing with people that had disability rights. Because I work at Walmart, and sometimes my management team picks on me because I have a disability, and I feel like that if they were more educated about disabilities, that they would not be picking on me.
There you go.
These are top themes and goals for what we want the National Council of Self-Advocates to focus on this year. That's marriage penalty, employment and employment discrimination, like we just said, transportation, closing institutions, voting, and like Barb mentioned, is coming up in November. We have some elections. School and education, that was something that many of you mentioned. Independent living, criminal justice, and employment. And Betty?
I'm not really talking about, I was just reading or writing about some of the stuff that was down there, and one thing they said was address racism in self-advocacy. What did they mean by that? Whoever said that? Somebody said that.
You mentioned racism and employment.
Yeah. What did you?
Did you?
What? Can you
What?
say a little bit more about what you meant by what you said?
When I was in school, and plus at work, there's this boy named Michael Powell. No, Michael, actually. Michael Rabidello. He's like really, really racist. And my friend Janelle, she's black. I have nothing against racism. I have something against racism. I wish I was mixed myself. I do. I have black people in my family. I can't stand racism. I can't stand the KKK at all. Whoever is racist. Mm-hmm. School and work. I was bullied most of my life. I was bullied since kindergarten. It's not fair. When I was pregnant with my daughter, yeah. When I was pregnant with my daughter, I almost got pushed down the stairs at Hagerstown, Indiana, by this girl named Diamond Henderson. She would pick on me every single time. I had a seizure during school at lunchtime. There was people surrounding me, and there was people laughing at me. It's not fun at all. And it's sad because I don't want my daughter to go through what I went through. I would come home just crying because of that. People will call me retarded. They would call me ratchet. They would call me a whore, slut, skank, whatever name they can think of. It is not fun. They need to stop bullying. That should be against the law. That's all I have to say.
Sharing that. Stop bullying is definitely something we should put on as a goal, and sort of addressing that theme of creating a better tomorrow. I know we have a couple more comments, but we'd like to turn the floor over to hearing from some self-advocates from Madrid, Spain.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So. From Spain. From Spain. My name is David. My name is David Corner. I am a council member. I am a council member of Inclusion. And I come from New Zealand. And I come from New Zealand. I am here with my other. I am here with my other self-advocacy colleagues. Self-advocacy colleagues. And we are really excited. We are really excited to be part of your symposium in Indianapolis. Yeah. How great is technology? How great is technology? We are all together at another subject in Madrid, Spain. We will tell you a bit more about it. But first, I thought I would tell you about inclusion. We are a global federation of organisations and self-advocates advocate for disabilities around the world. Our vision is a world where people with disabilities and their families actually participate in all aspects of community life. We work with our member organisations in countries to achieve these goals. We hear about what is happening with families around the world. Share this information. We know that they are also focuses on human rights and full inclusion physically. Connect with organisations. I will now hand over to my colleague here supporting Inclusion International and the Arts.
Hello. My name is I am Lebanon. I am also a it was a great to continue self-advocate from the it was really good about all the good work you are doing. It was also good able to tell you about the work we see from South African countries around the world. I will now ask my friend who will talk about our partnership.
Aloha. Sarah Pickard. Wales. I am a council member of National. Part of your day. As Mia said, International, we are strong partnership. We had such successful plans with Washington. We are back from team. You may have seen some postcards from International talking about our self-advocacy launch. Our voice matters. We will be launching our voice matters, Inclusion International, National Convention, National Forum in October 2006 in Orlando, Florida. We are really excited about having such a self-advocacy strategy. Is going to have lots of stories of self-advocacy around the world. It will have information and resources from self-advocacy and for organizations. It will talk about the journey of the self-advocacy movement. It will also talk about how we can build and sustain now and into the future. Part of our voice matters is to advocate and the work. We want to hear from you. We want to hear your thoughts about self-advocacy. We want to hear about the support you get. We want to hear about the key issues that are important to you. We want to hear from families and organizations too. We want to know what you think about the future of the self-advocacy movement. The postcards about our voice matters had the gloss on it. They did see what is happening as we look to our move. Be involved and tell us. I will now hand over to Quincy. He will talk about why we are calling in from Spain.
Hi, I'm Quincy Muya. I'm self-advocate. From Zambia and the Castle using the in Spain, conference, Hear Our Voices, which is organized by Inclusion self-advocates and inclusion Europe and pan inclusion. Yeah, about 300 self-advocates and from Europe and other parts of the world. There were so many discussions. One of them One of them is support decision making, and relationships.
It is a great conference.
It is a great conference.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Symposium.
Symposium. Thank you. My next speaker is Mark.
Hello everyone.
Hello everyone.
My name is Mark
Mapemba.
I
came from Malawi.
I am a member of
Improvement Africa. It is great to see you all.
I use a lot
of technology back in Malawi and the world to educate the community about our rights.
I got on
the television and how students promote the rights of the people with disabilities.
My inclusion international
Self-Advocacy and I am a role model from each other. We don't get to see each other every
but we use the
technology to stay connected. We use things like
WhatsApp,
Twitter, and Skype.
In order to the
good it is also a great way of bringing about from around the world.
We hope that we
can stay connected because as I said before, hear our voices have international website have a lot to see others everything and how you can be involved.
We look forward to
everyone the final way to say
I know we have to
international team.
President Klaus, and the great team in the court. And I have a Bye everybody. Thank you.
Yeah.
Make sure everyone can hear, because I know I have a hard time hearing sometimes.
Yes, hello to all of you. It's very nice to be here. It's the second time that I visit the ARC. I took part in the General Assembly in 2012 in Washington. And we already had quite a lot of self-advocates from all over the world joining you. And you see they are meeting now in Madrid. And they are preparing a strategy for self-advocates which should work globally, not only in the States, not only in Europe, it should work globally. And they are trying to define what they need, and they are very close to you. The aims and the goals are very, very similar. So I wish you a big success here, and I wish them a big success. And hopefully we will meet next year in Orlando. You have your next General Assembly in Orlando, And we will have a conference together with the ARC on self-advocacy and on many other topics. And we will enjoy to be here together. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, just a note, I got to be a part of that 2 years ago, and we are so excited. The ARC is so excited to work with Inclusion International. We had so many self-advocates that year, and just to see that this is not just happening in the U.S., but in other countries, how much stronger your voice is when we're joining together on these issues. So we are excited to be back at our national convention next year and make sure that we have even a larger group. So we just want to keep growing and growing.
Thank you. How do we need to get connected all over the state and the world. It looks like self-advocacy is growing once again. And how are we going to be connected through technology? And my job coach, Joe Bell, is passing out Get Connected guides from West Virginia. And this will help you get connected and stay connected. And when the National Council of Self-Advocacy was planning this session, they wondered what my role would be. I said, I'll be a wrap-up, because I wanted to make sure everyone got connected and stayed connected to the National Self-Advocacy movement. And technology is the way of the future. If you're old like me, you didn't grow up with it, and it's hard to get into it. But I'm learning as I go. And thanks to Joe, he's a tech person. He helps me get on Skype when we have a self-advocacy national meeting, and he does a real good job. And in my wrap-up, I urge each and every one of you to get connected and stay connected, and support staff or people that support you. If you can't operate the computer, find someone that can, because that's the way of the future. And let me tell you, let self-advocacy be a part of your life, because if you don't speak up, someone will speak for you, and how will they know what you want? If you're not at the table, you're on the menu. And who in this room wants to be on the menu? Not really. No. We want to be the one that tells people what we want in our own lives. We want to be leading our own lives. We don't want to be told what we have to eat in the morning or what we have to wear. We want to make them choices for ourselves. We want to have life like everybody else. We want to be married. We want to have kids if we so choose. If we want something, we have a right to make our own mistakes. We have a right to fail same as everybody else. We also have a right to have success too. So go out there and take a bite out of life. Remember, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu.